You know what's interesting about social work? A lot of people think they understand what social workers do. Hi, my name is LaKenya Tam. Always a vibe check. This is Social Workers Month. I am a social worker, and I just want to talk about some interesting things about social work. Like I said, a lot of people think they understand what social workers do, but the truth is, most people only see a small part of the profession. And because of that, there are a lot of assumptions about social workers that aren't always accurate. So today, I want to talk about a few things social workers, which people knew or actually understand about this wonderful, diverse field that I am in. One of the misconceptions is that social workers only do one type of job. People hear the word social worker and immediately think about case management or child protective services. And while those are important parts of the field, social work is actually much, much broader than that. We work in hospitals, in schools, we work in mental health settings. There are medical social workers, community social workers, policy advocates. We have therapists, educators, consultants, and people who develop programs that support entire communities. Some social workers open private practices, yes. Some work in leadership positions. Some teach and train the next generation of professionals. It's actually a profession with a lot of pathways, and that's something I think people don't always realize. Another thing social workers wish people understood is that this profession requires a lot of skill, training, and education. Some social workers study human behavior, community systems, mental health, policy, and advocacy, while others hold advanced degrees in professional licenses and and learning never really stops. That's what I'm trying to really say. Every person you work with teaches you something new. Every community has different needs. Every situation requires you to think critically and respond with both compassion and professionalism. It's a field that constantly asks you to grow. And because of that, social workers develop a very wide range of skills. We learn how to communicate with people from different backgrounds. We learn how to problem solve in really complex situations, how to navigate systems that are sometimes difficult to understand. And to lead to another thing social workers deal with all the time, helping people navigate systems. Sometimes I describe this as like a Cupid shuffle or American shuffle. To the left, to the left. People are trying to figure out where to go, what to talk to, who to talk to, and what paperwork they need, what resources are available, and how to move forward. And social workers often help people through these processes. We help connect to housing resources, healthcare systems, community programs, mental health services, and other supports that can help stabilize and improve their lives. So social work is not just about listening to people's challenges. It's also about helping people find pathways to move forward. Now, something else I like to share with people in the social work field. Social work can evolve in many directions depending on your interests and your strength. For example, in my journey, I've had the opportunity to, work in different roles in the field. I work in leadership. I'm a clinical director. I also do speaking engagements, consulting work. I write curriculums. I have this YouTube channel where I talk about empowerment and life and personal experiences. And I will continue to still dream big and daydream big and still do more out there. That's just one of the things I appreciate about this field. The skills you develop in this profession can open doors to many different opportunities. You can work directly with individuals and families, which I do. You can work on a community level, which I've done. You can move into leadership role, which I currently do. You can teach, train, consult, or create programs that impact larger groups of people. The field allows you to grow. And I only encourage people who are interested in social work to think about their strengths. Think about what they're really passionate about. Think about what you can talk about for like an hour flat and still learn more and still teach people more. Think about what kind of change you want to see in the world because social work gives you the tools to turn those interests into meaningful work. Another thing social workers, which people understood, is that the profession is built on human connection. At the heart of being a social worker is the ability to listen, understand, support people through different moments in their lives. Sometimes these moments are so difficult. They involve major transitions, and sometimes they involve helping someone see possibilities they may not have seen before. That kind of work requires empathy, patience, and a deep respect for people's experiences. And there's no feeling like no other to see when they transition from not understanding and being in that deep hole to a relative stable space where they are able to take on those challenging times. And it is so incredibly meaningful to see that because you have the opportunity to see people grow and rebuild and discover their own strength. And that's something that stays with you. So if you're someone who's thinking about entering this field of social work, I encourage you to really explore what the profession offers. Look at the different pathways, because different areas to practices. Think about where your skill really interests you might fit into, because social work is not a one-lane road. It's a field like that allows you to expand, learn, and make an impact in many different ways. And there's something I think what people should know. Now I'm curious. If you're a social worker or aspiring social worker and you're watching this video, what is one thing you wish people will understand about this profession? And if you're someone who's thinking about becoming a social worker, what question do you have about this field? Put them in the comments. I would love to hear from you. This is Lakenya Tam, and this is Happy Social Workers Month. And of course, it's always going to be a vibe check. Peace.